Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And as always, thank you for the requests. And last week I was so surprised. My office is in the Hoekwinkel at Vosburg, where my wife's got a lovely coffee shop. And my office is there. If I'm busy, I'm just in the charts working hard. But when I want some relief from the charts, I just stand up and walk out and chat to somebody if it's in the shop or so. And what's nice, last week somebody walked in here and he said to me, listen, Frans, I watched the show for years. First of all, I watched it on TV, and now I watch it on YouTube, and I really enjoy it. And it's not the case of that I'm enjoying it because I sometimes get like, let's say, a good technical setup. I enjoy it because I'm also a keen follower and person that enjoys technical analysis. So I'm happy for you guys. Thank you for popping into the shop. We are really in the middle of town. You cannot miss it. And my office is in the shop. So if you want to come and say hello, if I'm busy, unfortunately, you will see that I'm bogged down on after the charts, behind the charts. But otherwise, you can pop in and say hello. It will just be a pleasure to meet you. Well, this week we're going to look at a few charts just to get a little bit of a feel of what is happening in the world. You know, we've got this war and everybody's worried about the war. We've got people like Mr. Trump every day giving us some new hints. And as somebody said the other day, you don't need technical analysis anymore. The only thing you need is a Twitter or an X account, because if he tweets, the market goes in one way. But I've got bad news for you. By the time that you read the tweet, the market has already reacted. So let's kick off with the US dollar, South African rand. Well, we had this wonderful phase of strengthening, and then suddenly in the last week or so, we had this weakening period. And I would like to show you this little line. This is the trend line that actually supports the weakening, but it starts to give me an idea that this trend line wants to turn into a resistance again, and maybe, but just maybe, the rand can start to strengthen again, coming all the way back to this 50-day moving average. In actual fact, if I look at the rand, I always like to look at the 200-day moving average, because that is the moving average that the fund managers are looking at. They all make their decisions around the 200-day moving average. In actual fact, somebody the other day said that if you buy a top company, every time that it gets to the 200-day moving average, you'll probably be right and you'll probably make a great investment. So that was good advice. I enjoyed that, because if you look at some of the shares, very often at the 200-day moving average, it bounces off that. And if it goes below that, it's usually just for a brief period, then it bounces up. But remember, that must be for top quality counters. Now let's go back to the rand. There's the 200-day moving average. You can see the candles touching the 200-day moving average. It is almost like we can say it is probably a possible technical goodbye kiss for more strengthening. But for me, I will wait for this low of this candle. That is the candle that triggered some weakness last week again. And only below 16 Rand 65, the Rand will start to show some real strength for me, and then it can come back. Because if you look at this chart, you can also see that I'm spotting a rising wedge here. Now, a rising wedge is usually a pattern that gives you some strengthening in the rand. Now, if you do the projection from here to under, let's just do the projection from the top to the resistance line, and if you project it to the downside. And remember, I just want to say, some of the new watchers to the show, remember, technical analysis is not an exact language that you follow. Technical analysis follow the informed capital, and sometimes your levels can be a little bit wrong because it is not an exact science. Now, if the rand then gets below the 1665 level, we can maybe see it all the way pulling back to 16 Rand and 17 cents in time to come to reach this target. But for me, if I look at this chart, if I look at the momentum this chart's changed, I think we'll probably see some movement, but eventually some weakening again. The reason being is that I think people running to the rand, to the dollar, when the markets are under pressure, when they feel uncomfortably. And as we know in the past, if they sell an asset, where do they go and wait? They're not going to wait in rands, they're not going to wait in euros, they will go and wait in US dollar, because that remains the strongest and the best not commodity, currency at the moment. It's still the reserve currency of the world. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. Remember, with all the news around the S&P 500, everybody says, yes, it can go much lower. Yes, that can be. We had this rising wedge for a long time. Now it looks like we're starting to see a V reversal. I just want to move that back to the 50-day moving average so that I can show you. I always see that when you've got this waterfall formations, it was with the rand, it's now with the S&P 500, you get these sharp rebounds. In actual fact, if you think about bear markets or even bull markets, when a market really pushes very strong to the upside in a day or two, usually gives us a little bit of a breather. And always remember, when you see these ugly red candles or these bullish strong candles, there's always some sort of breather, because what will happen if the share or an index, in this case the S&P 500, really collapses in a few days? There will always be some traders coming in here and say, listen, we can maybe trade a bounce, and then that trade comes in and it takes the share even higher, or the index. Now the S&P 500, there is some windows to the downside, but for me it looks like there is some sort of a V reversal starting to develop here. Let's just have a look here. We do not know how strong this V reversal is going to be. There's the V reversal. You can see it beautifully. And what do we see? There is a tiny little gap there on the chart. Let's go look at that. I think maybe if this V reversal carry on to attract some other buyers, we can maybe come in and close this little gap to the top. And that gap sits between 6705, and it closes at, there's the level 6705, and it closes at 6710. Now let's see if this V reversal holds. If Mr. Trump tweets something, this V reversal can maybe kick in so quickly that it closes this within one day. But just if you want to trade the S&P 500 and you think the bounce is in, use this as your stop loss. That's the low of the other day's candle at 6474. Let's have a look at the Hang Seng Index, because in the Hang Seng Index, a lot of people are involved there. They believe that this is an index that can recover. Well, there you are, beautiful. You see the lower highs all the way. And what do we see here? If we do that, you see there's the resistance line. We're not too far from breaking that. And if we look at that, we maybe see a falling wedge here. There you are. There's the falling wedge. It can maybe give us a bounce, but as we know in the past, the bounce will only come after the resistance line, like in this case, turns into a support. Then it can bounce higher. And with the case of the S&P 500, there's also a little bit of a gap here, so maybe we can see this relief bounce coming in, closing this gap between 25,737, and it will close at 26,117. And if you do want to buy it, there's the break of the resistance. That will be at, there you are, 25,458. Your stop loss will be 24,901. And you will see that I like to use this lower shadows often as my stop losses, because this lower shadow that points up, if you look at that candle, you see this long lower shadow pointing out to the downside, tells you that in weakness there was some buyer. So yes, if you then buy above the resistance line, use this candle with the long lower shadow as your stop loss, because that can protect you, not even money, but then you know that there was also some other informed buyers getting involved there. Let's have a look at the DAX. We haven't looked at the DAX for a long time, and a lot of people are optimistic about the DAX. Same thing here, almost fall off a cliff. There's a gap, we're busy closing this gap here, trying. There's also a V reversal here, maybe on the going. Let's just draw it in for you. There's the the V-reversal. V-reversals usually come out of waterfall formations. There was the waterfall formation. There's the V-reversal. If you do want to buy it, then wait for this little one, because I think this gap remains a resistance while it is open. So if you do want to buy it above 377, sorry, 23,377, and my stop loss again, long, tall, lower shadow at the downside, pointing out at the bottom of the candle, stop loss 22,677. So, well, that is the time for the week is up. Remember to visit our website, www.fransdeklerk.com, for more info. And really, the candle of the day and the writings that you can subscribe to is really not that expensive. And remember, if you are a member of the subscription base, you can always ask about 5 shares that I must quickly analyze for you and send you the technical on that. Well, all the best. See you, and we will chat again.